Morning, everybody. Afternoon, whenever you're hearing this. Not really used to filming too much. I've been trading for the last 10 years and never got too deep into the content making side of things. So we're trying this little walk and talk type of video here. If you like it, let me know. If you don't, we can try to make videos other ways, right? In this first initial video, I want you guys to get 3 things out of it. First being, as a day trader, as an options trader, if you want to become great in trading, you have to listen to the news. Lately we've been in a very news-driven market. You've got tariffs, you've got China volatility, you've got rare earth metals, you've got all these things that are impacting the market. If you're not paying attention to them, you will get smoked, right? So that's just one key takeaway I want you guys to get. Pay attention to the news. Pay attention to what's moving the stocks. A lot of the guys ask me, whether it's in our trading group or just people I know personally, "Oh, Nick, is it time to buy, so-and-so stock?" And I look at the chart, I look at the stock, hasn't moved more than $10, $5 in like the last 3 months. Don't do that. Don't buy stuff that's not moving. Don't buy stuff that's, not worth trading. You're going to waste your time, waste your money. Play what's working, play what's moving. For example, last week and a half, all I was calling out, Eli Lilly. Eli Lilly, why? Great news surrounding the stock. The stock's moving, $20, $30 a day, right? So, we have multiple layers. Goldman Sachs, play things that are moving. Goldman Sachs was benefiting off, rate cuts, and you have to understand that news. So good thing, whether you're following me or not, I have a very good, understanding on how news may impact the market. Doesn't mean I'm always right. As you guys can see, some days I have my off days just like anybody else. But if you don't over leverage, sorry, these dogs are going crazy. If you don't over leverage, you don't get whacked, right? So that kind of takes us into the next piece that we're about to get into. But overall, just want you to take out of this video, pay attention to the news surrounding the stocks that you are trading. So we're here in the reflexology garden. And there's a very nice quote here that's on the ground that says, "The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step," right? And you can kind of correlate this with your trading. A lot of people, don't even take that initial step, right? And never get started. So if you're watching this video, you've already taken that initial step and understand the journey of 1,000 miles, trading, whatever you want to relate it to in life. It's a lifelong journey. Trading is a lifelong journey. You're not going to get things overnight. I know I didn't. I know I blew 100 portfolios, lost a ton learning. And, hopefully, if you listen to me a little bit more, I can, help you adjust with that learning curve. But, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. So take that step. So the second concept I truly want you guys to truly put in your brain, put in your mind is, and you guys have heard me, if you've been following me for any sort of time, you've heard me say the word expect zero, right? Expect zero on every trade. I didn't come up with this. I didn't create expect zero. This is something I learned from mentors, goats in trading options, people who have done this for 40 years, right? Expect zero essentially is a risk management strategy, a psychology strategy that makes you, if you truly expect zero on every trade, it makes you buy less. If the trade doesn't work your way, you already expected zero. It removes emotions out the trade. So expect zero doesn't mean let your money burn to zero. When I say don't lie to yourself, when things change in the market and the trade is truly not going to work, okay, you accepted zero, you can realize your loss even faster, okay? But if you truly think that the trade is going to work, you expected zero, you're going to be able to handle those short-term volatility that you get throughout the week in your trade. You understand what I'm trying to say? So expect zero doesn't mean burn your money to zero, let things close at zero, but it does mean let your ideas fully play out. Also, expect zero helps you size your portfolio, size your trades accordingly. If you expect zero on each trade, you're not going to over leverage. You're not going to blow yourself up on one trade. So just understand also, if you're truly expecting zero, you'll catch the full move that you were trying to catch that week. You understand? But you also got to trade them. If you buy a trade at $1 and it goes to $2, $100 to $200, goes back down to $50, and then later on in the week rockets to $400, $500. That happens a ton of times in the market. If you expected zero, you can catch that. You can catch that big 1 to 4 move. But you also got to trade them. You got to trade to your account. My account is not your account. My account is not, Bitcoin Playboy's account, right? You got to go trade to what you're comfortable with. Trade to your goals. If your goal is to make $50 that day, you're up $50. You hit your goal, great. There's always another trade, always another opportunity coming. So just understand that in your mind. Expect zero. Let trades play out. Don't oversize the trades, because then your emotions will be attached, and you can do a lot better. Keep that in your mind. So the third major concept I want you guys to grasp, you've probably heard others say this before time and time again, but this is a raw reality, and the truth is, it fucking sucks, excuse my language, but you have to be consistent in other aspects of your life, right? If you want to become great at trading, if you want to become consistent in trading, you have to have that structure outside of your life, whether it be, waking up a little bit earlier. How are you going to trade the markets at 9:30 when you're waking up at 9:25, trying to find a trade that morning, scrambling to find a trade? You're going to get whacked. The markets will whack you. You will destroy you, pummel you if you're not prepared. And it may sound harsh, but you deserve it, right? You deserve to lose if you're not, getting ready. You're going up against professionals. You're going up against people who do this every single day of their life like it's art. You're disrespecting yourself. You're disrespecting the craft of trading by, saying, let me get up 5 minutes before the market. Let me try to make money that way. That's not how you do things. Trading did not click for me, probably for many people, until they got that structure in your life. I wake up, and I'm not trying to sound, I'm better than anyone. I wake up kind of early. I work out before the market. I do a bunch of things before I sit down in my chair at 9:30 to trade. I've had almost a full day prior to that. So if you want to find consistency in your trading, look at your other aspects in your life. Look at your relationships. Look at what you're eating. Look at how early you're going to bed, or how late you're going to bed, and journal. Have a journal, have a record keeping. It doesn't have to be an online journal. Just could be, hey, today I took these trades at this time. This is why I got in. If you notice that, on winning days you take only 2 good trades, but on losing days you take 4 or 5 trades, that's something that you want to note and learn. So keep a journal, be consistent in your life. Get a good habit going, and you can do better in trading. Whether you win that day or not, having that structure in the long run will improve your trading. So understand that. Put that in your mind. Pay attention to the news. Expect zero. Get a consistent basis in your structure in your personal life, and you will do better. Once you are able to understand these concepts, especially that expect zero, especially trading to the news, and not everything is on charts, you can do a lot better. If you want more videos, of me sitting down, going over true strategy, going how I find mispricing and option strategies and stuff like that, that can be a different video. But for those who are just starting to follow me, whether you're in our group or not, and I would love for you guys to join our group, you guys can see our exact trades live right then and there. Check out with link in bio, and you can jump on our group. Playbit, very well-established group with tons and tons of great content, traders who have been trading longer than I have, and like-minded individuals. You want to surround yourself with like-minded individuals. You don't want to talk to people who don't pay attention to the market and ask them for advice on stocks. So check us out. Keep that mentality positive. Don't be a negative Nancy. They always get cooked. They always get crushed in the long run. So if you made it this far into the video, I appreciate you watching. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully your mindset's a little better after this. If you do want to join my group, check out the link in the bio. Use my link. It'll help me out, help you guys out. Try Playbit out for a month. #1 fucking group out there. Thank you guys so much. Nicky Nick Trades out.